This video is going to go over how to write your philosophy of education. And the main thing about a philosophy of education is that it's a living, breathing document. So this is just to begin to get you to start thinking about what you think about education and how you fit within it. So it's definitely not an end point, it's a beginning point. And as you continue through education and you develop, you'll refine, you'll revise, you'll edit, you'll add to, you'll scrap some. So your philosophy of education is a document that's going to continue to evolve as you take classes, as you go through your teaching career or administrative career or wherever education may take you. So this is just a beginning piece. It's to start to get you thinking about things. And so with like any other assignment, make sure you've read through the entire set of directions, resources, rubric, anything that's posted on here to help you with the philosophy of education. So again, it's a starting point. There's lots of templates out there with the philosophy of ed. This what I'm having you write on is one that I think is just a good way to get you to begin thinking about some things and help you have some talking points as you're talking maybe to potential administrators to get a job. Just when people ask you, what do you think about education? So it's a way to start to get you thinking. So the first part that I'm having you do here is a brainstorming exercise. So I'm not going to go over that, but I do want you to read through that because you are going to attach your brainstorming with your philosophy of ed in the submission box. So let's get down to what I'm looking for in your philosophy of ed. So the very first thing that I want you to do is just describe who you are in the teaching profession. So in your brainstorming, you're going to brainstorm some characteristics. Looking back at those qualities, what qualities make you up as a classroom teacher? So what kind of characteristics are significant to you that you think will really benefit the classroom and benefit students? So that's in your first paragraph. The second paragraph is about learning theory. And so in this module, you did read a couple of chapters about learning theory, how people learn, how best teaching happens, and how those have developed over the years. So as you read those chapters 3 and 4 and thinking about the philosophies of education, how do you think people learn best? So what I'm looking for here is, yes, how do you think how students learn best, but it needs to be based on something. It can't just be based on experiences alone. It does need to be based on learning theory as well. So looking at those learning theories, which one really strikes you? Because every teacher is a little bit different. And I would say not every teacher is firmly in one camp. So even though I'm a educator who thinks that students need to learn by working through things and hands-on experience, I also think there's a time and a place for some direct teaching, that there's a time and a place for specific assessments. So I'm kind of a blend of different types of learning theories, and most people are. But in looking at those learning theories, how do you think students learn best using some of those models that you read about? And then the third paragraph is the how. So the second paragraph is what, the learning theory, but how, what are those teaching strategies that you're going to use? So like I said, I'm kind of a hands-on educator. I like students to grapple with things and try to figure out things by themselves. So I use a lot of group work, cooperative learning strategies, problem solving, doing a lot of these things with your portfolio and your artifacts is you going through those steps. So what are the teaching strategies you will use? Now your teaching strategies should match the learning theory that you have in paragraph 2. So if you say you're a direct, lecture type of teacher and that's how students learn best, that's fine, but then your teaching strategies need to really reflect what that learning theory is. And then finally in the fourth paragraph, what's the purpose of education? Why? What's the point? So describe in a paragraph style, why education is important. And again, it kind of should go along with who you are as an educator and kind of go along with how students learn best. But really, this is where you get to talk more ideologically about the purpose of education and why it's important. So 4 paragraphs total. I am looking for rich descriptions, examples. I did provide a sample for you, so it does outline this first, second, third, fourth paragraph. And then also make sure you read through the rest of these details and instructions. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email.